the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing.
I know you're probably starting podcasting. What do you want me to do?
Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from.
I messed up.
6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the General Tires Winter Nationals, presented by Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, powered by iRacing, hosted by the Dirt Slingers Racing League Wednesday Night Warrior Series. Plenty of cars checked in, 27 or 28 drivers at last count. Round number 2 from Lernerville Speedway. You saw last week's race, fantastic race. Everybody was right on it. They were over at the USA Speedway. They're here for round 2. Want to say hi to all the fans in the chat. And I see Jordan LaFawn is in here. Ralph Button, and Kelly Kirkpatrick. Hey, Kelly. Good to see somebody from Texas. I haven't seen anybody from Lubbock in chat in quite a while. A lot of great names in here tonight. Gunnar Harris, Jacob Crawford, the old Whiskers himself. Ernie Williams is up in here. Shane Yates. I see Cody Kelly's name. Our main man, Mr. Tim Nichols. Tim Sims himself. Garrett Boyd is in the house. Lucas Crawford, Tyler Goodwin. You're going to see some great action. I thought I saw Mason Hannigan's name. I did. I saw him in there in the 42 car. The guys are going to work the track in just a little bit. I know everybody's used to having Dominic Santino on the call, but Dom got a new job, and his new job is requiring him to be at a signing for some of his new athletes, as he has taken a position with the cross country and track team at his local university there. So congratulations to him. I know he still is pursuing his broadcasting stuff, and he just couldn't be here tonight because of that, but he'll be back tomorrow night. He will have NASCAR right here. I think that is at 9 o'clock Eastern. Those guys do a late model series, and he'll be here covering that. And I will not be back again until Sunday evening when we have Hales Corners. Those guys, I forget where they're at. I'd have to look up the schedule. I don't have it laying in front of me right here, but we'll be back with those guys. They've put on some fantastic shows. Several of their drivers are in here tonight, so you're going to see some really good racing. I'm going to test something real quick, folks. Give me the opportunity. Hey, it is fixed. That thing is working. I like that one. But the guys got a couple of minutes of warm-up, and then they are going to do 3 laps of qualifying. They average those 3 laps, and that will tell us who is the Super Clean Quick Time Award winner for the evening. You have a 4-car invert for every heat race, so you'll see your quick qualifier start position number 4, outside second row for heat number 1. They'll take 22 cars into our feature tonight, and they'll do that via the heat races. They will take 4 from each heat race, move them directly into the feature, and then we will fill in the remaining cars out of our B main tonight. They have a 50-lap feature on tap for us. A little info about the track right there. A little info about our weather tonight. 72 degrees. Got 60% humidity. It's partly cloudy. You will see throughout the evening the sun will go down. The lights will come up. Got about a minute 45 seconds, so that means it is time to go trackside for our invocation and our national anthem. We'll let the Foley boys take it away.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, big thank you to the Foleys. Drivers starting to roll out onto the track for qualifying. Taking a peek at Tyler Goodwin right here. One of the first couple of cars to actually hit the speedway. 3 laps for these guys, and they average them. He is on the clock now and trying to muscle that number 7 big block modified around. That's a 1525 Motorsports entry right there. You'll see 4 or 5 of those guys in here tonight. Jacob Crawford, Tyler Goodwin, Rob Warren, Lucas Crawford, all with the 1525 bunch. You'll see a couple of Black Diamond Motorsports drivers in the house. I think Ryan Scheidt, Mason Hannigan, and Whiskers Ernie Williams will be in here for that. Got some of the Tim Sims guys in here. Cody Terry and Tim Nichols are in here. Waiting to see who's going to post time. Derek Dysinger is in here with the Tim Sims guys as well. Wasn't sure he was going to make it in there some of your times. 15:39 for the average for Braxton Wilson. Justin Sick knocks that right on down the hill. Let's go take a peek at Rob Warren here. I think he's just finishing his up. Not sure. That's actually Lucas Crawford. Excuse me. He's position number 7. Garrett Boyd on track. The Speed Demon number 21 machine out here. Mr. Boyd may be a little weary this evening. I worked him pretty hard today, so we'll see how he does. P1, new quick qualifier, Garrett Boyd, 15.28 seconds. 13 100ths quicker. Mason Hannigan on track here. The Little Hurricane, the 1X, that's the Black Diamond Motorsports entry. Good enough for position number 7. Mason Leon, Shane Yates on track. We'll watch Mason Leon get through 1 and 2. Oh, he almost lost the whole car. Shane Yates not having any fun. He's going to pull that thing to the infield. Maybe something wrong with it. Not sure. No Zach Krieger, no Tim Nichols, no Josh Steinke as of yet. It's only a 5-minute session, so 3 laps. It takes you just a few seconds to get around here, as you can see. Boyd working his way around. Or this is actually Mason Leon, excuse me. Working his way around the track, trying to find the quickest line so he can bring that time down. But Garrett Boyd, Gunnar Harris, and Buddy Ware right now are top 3 in qualifying. Shane James, Justin Sick, Braxton Wilson, Jacob Schmutz, Mason Hannigan, Jacob Crawford, Alex Straczynski in that top 10. You see old Whiskers right there, 11th quick. So it looks like just about everybody has some time. Jordan LaFawn on track now. The 11 machine. Going to show up as a 44 in our ticker tonight. But he has number 11 on the car. Probably our last driver to actually take time right there. And he is good enough for 15th quick. So that will probably do it for qualifying. We'll get ready to start running through our heat races. Second season for the General Tires Winter Nationals. And in season number 1, Kevin Hanley was our champion. Did it about this same time last year. Had an 8-week season. These guys getting to stretch this out to 12 weeks. 11 of those races count. They get a 1 drop week. So if they miss a week or if they have a bad night, it does not absolutely kill them. Want to find the best driver. A little bit of cash, few prizes on the line. Still trying to grow that. So if you are someone who likes to get involved, especially in the sim racing side, you want to sponsor, reach out to us, and we'll get you in touch with the guys over at Dirt Slingers Racing League, and you can help out with a great series. Say hi in the chat. I don't care where you're watching from, guys. If you're over on YouTube and Twitch, say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you got a driver that you are watching. I am going to fix something really quick here, folks. I'll be right back. Okay, that was bugging me. All right, so let's get over here. Drivers are starting to sit down on our grid. I can hear cars. There they are. And we will run through tonight's starting lineup for heat race number 1 on the pole. The 43 machine of Alex Straczynski, and on his outside. In the 1J, that'll be Jacob Schmutz. Your second row inside, the 3 car of Shane James. On the outside, your quick qualifier for the evening. In the 21 machine, that is Garrett Boyd. Chase Crowder will start in position number 5 in the 106, and on his outside, that's the 86 car of Mason Leon. Peter Brees will start the 74 machine on the inside of the 3rd row, and Tyler Goodwin in that 7 car will start on his outside, and position number 9 in heat race number 1 will go to the 11 of Shane Yates. Well, thanks for the shares. I know you're a subscriber over there on YouTube, Justin, so all right, let's get back up closer to the front here. It'll be Straczynski and Schmutz off of our front row. James and Boyd. In row number 2. Top 4 from each heat go directly to our A main. Everybody else is going to have to fight their way through the soup, and I believe we're just going to have one B main this evening. We'll fill in all of the slots out of that B main. Get ourselves to 22, so we'll probably take 10. I think we're going to have 3 heats.
Green flag,
all right, green flag in the air. Heat race number 1 underway. Down through 1 and 2, still 2 and 3 wide coming out of that corner. Around the front stretch for the first time this evening. Alex Straczynski will lead lap number 1. Schmutz is in second, but James is there trying to put some pressure on him. Another 1J machine. It'll show 3 up there in the ticker, but he is in the 1J tonight. There's 2 1Js, a blue one and a white one. Shane James in the white car. Jacob Schmutz in the blue. Schmutz right across the nose of Boyd. Boyd had to check up. That opens the door for Crowder. Crowder in that pink and baby blue number 6 machine right there. He's got the final transfer spot at the moment. We are down to 5 to go in heat race number 1. Out of 2, Straczynski's kind of got this one in hand. Schmutz is trying to run him down, but they're 3 wide behind that for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That time Boyd slider line through 3 and 4. He takes the 4th spot back away from Crowder. But I'm sure Crowder is going to run a slider line in 1 and 2 and try to take it back. They're going to drag race into turns 3 and 4. Off the top side, give it to Boyd, at least for the moment, as Crowder fell back to 5th. Brees, Yates, and Goodwin in behind that. Mason Leon has already taken the 86 car off to pit row. There goes James. Right side tires up over the top. Shane James going to roll it back onto the speedway, and he's going to go from a transfer position all the way to the back of the field, and we'll probably see him in our B main tonight. I think he had problems the same way last week. Had an issue in his heat race and had to go through the soup to get to the feature. But we are down to the white flag lap here. Heat race number 1. It's Straczynski, Schmutz, Boyd, and Crowder. 1 through 4, and Alex Straczynski easily going to pick up the checkered flag in heat 1. He's going to the feature with Jacob Schmutz, Garrett Boyd, and Chase Crowder. Peter Brees, Shane Yates, Tyler Goodwin, Shane James, and Mason Leon will all have to work the LCQ to get into tonight's feature. Yes, waiting for the cars to clear pit road. Nice crowd tonight. Guys, don't be afraid to say hi in chat. Let us know where you're watching from. All right. Into our starting grid for heat race number 2 on the pole. The Black Diamond Motorsports driver, we call him Whiskers, Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91 car, known as outside the Little Hurricane in the 1X. That's going to be Mason Hannigan. The 05 of Justin Sick will start inside of row number 2 with Gunnar Harris in the 54 car on his outside. Newcomer to the series, the 1525 Motorsports driver Robert Warren in the 25 inside of row number 3, and on his outside, the old fuzzy one himself, Cody Kelly, is going to start that 13 machine, position number 6. Cody Terry will start the 131 on the inside of a row number 4, and his partner in crime, Derek Dysinger, will start the 031 to his outside, and on the back, the Team Davis, number 35 of Zach Krieger. So teammates in the front row, the Black Diamond Motorsports drivers. Mason Hannigan on the outside, Ernie Williams on the inside. Again, our top 4 go straight to the A main tonight. They're going to fill in positions 5 through 8 for round number 2 of the General Tires Winter Nationals. Round number 2.
Green, green, green.
And our green flag is in the air. Oh, little contact at the back. Not sure who that is. That is one of the Tim Sims drivers. They're into 3 and 4, almost 3 wide. Coming to the end of lap 1, teammate side by side. Williams had it the first time. But I think Hannigan got something to say about it off the top of turn 2. He wants the lead. He's going to go top shelf. Williams is going to go right through the center. And that time Hannigan is going to lead the lap. Now Williams goes to the top. Here comes the 54 of Gunnar Harris. He goes around on the bottom and takes second away while Williams was running the top. He moved himself into that spot, dropped Williams to third. Williams right already into a thick fight here with the 15 of Justin Sick. Not far behind that, you got a side-by-side battle. Cody Kelly, Rob Warren. That is 5th and 6th, and they're just waiting to see if one of these guys in front is going to make a mistake and just give them one of those automatic transfer spots. Already down to 4 to go. Tiny bit of contact right there. Got Cody Terry, Zach Krieger, and Derek Dysinger way at the back, but the battle right now going to start shaping up for second right here. It looks like Harris is going to start to stretch that out just a touch. As they are all running around the top. 2 to go. You see your top 4 off into turn 1. Huge gap for those 4. They are all pretty safe right now to get a transfer into our feature. Slow car down the front stretch. That's Derek Dysinger. White flag. Gunnar Harris going to go for the slider in 1 and 2. Hannigan saw that coming forever away. He cuts right underneath, goes into 3 and 4. Who's it going to be on the exit? They are going to be really close. Oh, little contact between the two. Hannigan wins it. Harris was second. Then Williams and Sick. That's your top 4. Kelly, Terry, Warren, Krieger, and Dysinger. All going to work their way in to the feature through the soup if they have a chance to get in. Oh, Tiny Dancer. Are we still waiting on the newest little Tiny Dancer to join us, buddy? In case you guys don't know, one of the DSRL admins, Scott King, Tiny Dancer, at the hospital with his wife. They are expecting their new arrival anytime now. Oh, wrong button. Crazy fool. All right, heat racer number 3. Gritting out at the end of pit road, and it will be 1525 driver Lucas Crawford in the 215 on the pole, and his brother to the outside. His teammate also in the 2 car, that is Jacob Crawford. Your second row inside, Braxton Wilson in the 14, and on the outside of him, the 017 of Buddy Ware. Jordan LaFawn will start inside of row number 3. And a Black Diamond Motorsports driver in the 10-car, Ryan Scheidt, will start on the outside of that row. Gary Budzine, the 777, inside row number 4. And another Black Diamond driver, Josh Steinke. I don't know when he snuck in here. I didn't see him in practice. He's going to start position 8. And on the back, the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Nichols in the 31. Tim, I'm just going to put it out there, man. That 31 is near and dear to my heart as it is to yours. Do us proud, brother. Got the old red, white, and blue. Plain Jane, but we still love it. So it'll be the Crawford brothers on run. I think I saw this Sunday night. This looks like an instant replay of the Crawford brothers on the front row of a heat race. I think I saw this at Hales Corner on Sunday night. You think they would have let you do that, Scott? That would have actually been epic, really. All right, final heat race of the night. Getting ready to kick off right here. Top 4 to our feature. Everybody else, soup time. Green flag in the air. Oh, lost my cursor. Through 1 and 2. Side by side. Oh, the Crawford brothers. I think that was actually Crawford and Braxton Wilson. And there goes Tim Nichols. And I'm not sure. That was Buddy Ware, I think, that went for a ride with Nichols backed on the backstretch. Both cars kind of come out of 2, got a little sideways, maybe a little bouncy, and got off the track on the backstretch. They're back on, but they are quite a ways behind. I think Ryan Scheidt may have been part of that too. Right now, Jacob Crawford, Jordan LaFawn, 1-2 with Lucas Crawford and Braxton Wilson still going at it. They are just going at it hot and heavy right there for 3rd and 4th. They did it on lap number 1, and they have not relented since. Miller had the best of it, or Wilson, excuse me, had the best of it that time. A lot of contact. A little bit too much contact. A lot of contact between drivers. Especially back here for 3rd and 4th. They're going to sort it out a little bit now. It's going to be Wilson and then Crawford, 3 and 4. Jacob Crawford out front, but he has got Jordan LaFawn all over him. Steinke's up the 5th, Budzine, Nichols, and Ware, and those two quite a ways back. And it may have been Ware and Scheidt that got into it on lap 1, not Nichols. I just thought I saw that red, white, and blue car go up off the banking back on the backstretch. I forgot to put our ticker up, guys. We got 2 to go. Still, LaFawn and Crawford going at it. LaFawn's going to get the better of it out of turn number 4 that time. Jordan LaFawn taking over the point on the white flag lap. Looks like he will win the final heat race of the evening. Jacob Crawford going to finish 2nd. Then Braxton Wilson. Lucas Crawford will be your transfer cars. Steinke, Budzine, Nichols, Ware, and Scheidt. All going to come through our soup. Hello, Paul. So 9 cars. I am going to go with, we are about to have a C main right here. So let's see who is going to be in that. It's going to be Goodwin and Warren on the front row. Nichols and James in row 2. Krieger and Ware in row 3. Leon and Dysinger in row 4. And Ryan Scheidt will start shotgun on this one. Everything's been pretty good so far. Just a little bit of contact between drivers. No cautions at this point. But that tends to ratchet up as soon as we start to eliminate drivers. Ready to run through. Just waiting for, I'm not sure who we were waiting for to grid out right there. But they obviously have done so. And all the drivers will head out onto the track. Get lined up, and we will get ready to see our first elimination race. All 9 cars did make the call for this. Elkton, Virginia. Well, thanks for tuning in, Paul. Guys, don't forget, any of the Facebook pages you can leave there. Come by the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page. Like, share, and follow us. If you're over on YouTube and Twitch, be sure you say hi in the chat and hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. More and more series joining the Dirt Racing Network as we get further and further through this winter season before we get to the spring. PRO will be back on Tuesday nights here in a couple of weeks. We'll be Sunday through Thursday at that point. Going to be, I think it's just 10 laps. It says 11 up there, but I think one of the laps will tick off right here when we click the green on. And they have thrown the green flag and turned on the green light. 12 laps for our first consolation race. And automatically, Tyler Goodwin jumped on the throttle, got to the lead. Now it's a battle side by side between Tim Nichols and Rob Warren. Good driving by both drivers right there to stay off of one another. Here comes Shane James. James now working the high side, trying to go around Ware so he can get back to Nichols side by side. Teammates right there, Ware and Leon, 17 and the 86. Only 5 cars transfer. So 5 of these guys are going to go on, and the rest are going to go home for the evening. Mason Leon through the gap that was left open by the 31 of Nichols. Nichols with a little tap there. Got out of shape, grabbed it back up underneath him. He sits in 6th, 1 spot out. It's Goodwin out in front. Warren 2nd. James is 3rd. Mason Leon and Buddy Ware 4th and 5th. Fairly tight grouping at the front right there. You get back here to Nichols in 6th, Krieger, Scheidt, and Dysinger. Dysinger way off the pace. Into 1 and 2, little wiggle out of James. James may have caught the fence. I don't know if that car broke or not. He is going over the top. He's going around the back. That takes him all the way back to the 8th position. That is going to move the 31 car of Tim Nichols into the final transfer spot. Nichols down the back stretch. We are coming around. It's going to be 5 to go this time. Hey, Matt. Good to see you in chat, buddy. Tyler Goodwin, Robert Warren, teammates 1, 2. Then Mason Leon, Buddy Ware, teammates 3 and 4. And Tim Nichols sits in our 5th spot right here. Scheidt, Krieger, Dysinger, Shane James took the 1J car to the pits. His night will be done. One of the guys we touted at the beginning of the show, not even going to transfer out of the C main tonight. And that is the way dirt racing goes sometimes. Tough show. We better get back here. Tim Nichols getting hounded by one of the Black Diamond Motorsports guys. The 10 car of Ryan Scheidt has caught him with about 2.5 laps to go. He's working the top side. Going to try to take that transfer spot away. I know Tim Sims, a sponsor for the Black Diamond guys, so basically racing the boss here. We're going to keep our eye. This is the best battle on the track right now. It is all Tyler Goodwin and Robert Warren. Oh, Scheidt goes off the top. That's not going to bode well for Scheidt's chances. That may have sealed the deal and locked Tim Nichols into tonight's B main. Goodwin is going to see the checkers. He'll advance. So will Warren, Leon, Ware. And it looks like that 31 car going to race on a little bit longer as he moves through. Krieger, Dysinger, Scheidt, and James will be finished for the evening. Congrats to the 5 drivers that transferred through. They will have to hurry up, regroup, and join the back of the field for the B main. Oh, it looks like Nichols' car maybe did not transfer. I thought there was 5 that transferred is what I read before I came up here tonight. But apparently it is 4. I believe all 10 of these guys will transfer through into tonight's feature. This is merely a formality. But it will be Brees and Kelly on the front row, Steinke and Yates in row 2, Terry and Budzine in row 3, and then Goodwin and Warren transferring in from the C. They will make up row 4. And row 5, Leon and Ware. I could have swore there were supposed to be 5 cars transfer through. I thought we did that on purpose, but I'll have to check with race control and see if that is me thinking about another series. So this is a 14-lap B main. Everybody's going to transfer through, getting quite a few more laps on the track, and also going to get these drivers a chance to see what the surface is going to be like right before they roll out for tonight's 50-lap A main. Hello, Dean Burnt. You should be out here, buddy. Some of your cohorts. Brees is right there, and I know Budzine is running around here somewhere. Yeah, he's back here. He's going to be starting 6th in this. You should get in here and run with these guys. All right, back to the front row. Peter Brees on the inside. Cody Kelly, the fuzzy one, up there. Starting on the outside of the front row. Reminds me of a little Ewok.
Green, green, green.
All right, green flag in the air. B main underway. And Brees wasted no time getting out to the front. Oh, little contact there. And they're going to turn each other back around. It's a good thing everybody's transferring. I think 13 car might have got a little heated in that situation right there. But Brees is out in front of Goodwin. Leon is up to 3rd. Yates is in that 4th spot. And I'm not really used to seeing that 11 car in these C and B mains. So this is new for me. Shane Yates, pretty capable wheelman, especially in the big body cars. He is holding down 4th, racing with Robert Warren. Cody Kelly grabbed 6th after the contact on lap number 1. Budzine 7th. Ware is 8th. Cody Terry 9th. Josh Steinke, I don't know where he went, but he may have pulled that car off track. Maybe back in the pits. Might have got some damage. Things heating up at the front. Brees used the slider line. Goodwin found some grip on the bottom. We're going to pull right alongside. Into 3 and 4. Brees goes wide. That opens the door for Goodwin. Can he get the drive off at the line? I think it was Goodwin. Mason Leon working his way into the mix. He'd like to get up here and battle for a B-main win. Give himself a little bit better starting spot in that A-main. He'll start 13th if he can get up there and win this. Good 3-car battle there. Yates is still 4th. Warren has held down 5th pretty well. Cody Kelly trying to work off the top side in front of his teammate, Buddy Ware. That's 6th and 7th. Things still going at the front. These guys side by side. Brees has found some momentum on the top. He pulled alongside Goodwin down the front stretch. Just not quite enough oomph to get there down the back stretch. Good run off there. Gets pretty close to being alongside going into 1 and 2. Right now, it looks like everybody kind of holding station right here. Mason Leon starting to work in on the inside, and he's pulled up alongside the 74 Brees. So it looks like maybe the bottom has a little bit of tack left in it. These guys are using that. It's about 2 car widths wide right there in 3 and 4. Just a little narrower in 1 and 2. But Leon is making it work to his advantage all the way around. Coming around to 4 to go this time. Goodwin, Brees, Leon, Yates, Warren, Kelly, Ware, Budzine, Terry, and Steinke in that order. And it's going to be 2 wide, 2 deep at the front. Your top 4 under a blanket right there. This thing far from over. Yates pulls alongside Leon again. Brees was alongside Crawford. Or Goodwin, excuse me. 2 to go, and Goodwin's still hanging on, but Brees is starting to make a run at him. He grabbed the lead going into 1. finding some rhythm, finding a lot of momentum, and he's getting good runs at the end of the straightaways. Just needs to seal the deal and get out in front. Half a car that time, getting closer and closer. White flag in the air. Breeze through the middle, gets good run out of 2. He's got it by half a car going into 3 and 4. Who's going to win the B-Main? It's going to come down to a photo finish right here, and it looks like Peter Breeze off the top side grabs the win. Goodwin, Yates, Leon, Warren, Kelly, Ware, Budzine, Terry, and Steinke will fill in the final 5 rows in tonight's 50-lap A-Main. So a little bit of warm-up. We'll see how much the guys are going to give. Admin is deciding how much they're going to give to the drivers for some warm-up time here. Get a good, high, long shot of the track. You can see where the wear is at. Just a little bit down from the top in 3 and 4, and it is right to the top and goes almost to the bottom in 1 and 2. So that is going to make things a little bit more interesting as those lines start to move, because 1 and 2 may not stay on the inside very long here. You saw Breeze at the very end of the B main really using the top side and making up ground. So, well, Anthony, he was driving the wheels off of it in the B main. He's into the feature tonight, so we'll see. He's going to start back into the last, let's see, about row 8 is where he is going to start. And we'll see if he can make his way to the front. Guys, we appreciate you tuning in. As always, pleasure to bring you great racing, and these guys have done a fantastic job. Round number 2 of the General Tires Winter Nationals, presented by Tim Sims, powered by iRacing, hosted by the Dirt Slingers Wednesday Night Warrior Series. We've already seen a driver pick up the Super Clean Quick Time Award earlier, and that was Garrett Boyd. Mason Hannigan picked it up last week. Got 12 rounds. This goes through the middle of April. They will race tonight. Next week, they will have a bye week on the 9th of February. Then they will be back from the 16th of February straight through the last 9 races. Mark your calendars. Be sure you tune in. Always jump in. Say hi in the chat for us. Oh, car upside down in the warm-up. Another car upside down. Car starting to clear the track. They are getting ready to start tonight's feature. I don't think they're going to let them run the track completely off. I think they're going to just let them put a few laps in it. Get it ready to go, which is exactly what they did right there. We will get ready to run through tonight's 22-car starting lineup for the 50-lap A-Main. It will be Alex Jasinski on the pole this evening with the Little Hurricane Mason Hannigan on his outside. Jordan LaFawn inside of row 2. Jacob Smutch on his outside. Gunnar Harris in row 3 alongside Jacob Crawford. Your 4th row, Garrett Boyd, quick qualifier for the evening. Next to Whiskers, Ernie Williams. Braxton Wilson will start in the 9th position with Chase Crowder in position number 10. And then it is going to be Justin Sick inside row 6 with Lucas Crawford on his outside. Peter Brees and Tyler Goodwin in a row 7. They came from the B-Main with Shane Yates and Mason Leon. That's row number 8. Rob Warren and Cody Kelly in row 9. Buddy Ware and Gary Budzine in row 10. In the 11th row, Cody Terry and Josh Steinke. Why aren't you in here, Davis? I'm disappointed. To say the very least. So the drivers will bring the cars out onto the track. 1 parade lap. They'll get them formed up. We will get ready to cut them loose for 50 green flag laps. Look at our front 3 rows right there. All right, lights off on the Pacer truck. We are ready to go. 50 green flag laps right here. Whoops, that wasn't supposed to come up right there. All right, Shazinski and Hannigan on the front row. Green flag in the air, 50 laps. Round number 2, General Tires Winter Nationals. Underway, Shazinski had it out of 2. Hannigan got the run off the top. He pulls side by side. Schmutz has third, 2 himself at the moment, but Gunnar Harris peeking on the inside there. Shazinski going to lead lap number 1. Let's see if this is working yet. There we go. Working lap number 2. Caution this time. Looking to see. Somebody just got sideways. We probably are not going to be able to see who that was. They just got far enough sideways to trigger it. Here we go. Yeah, it'd be somebody closer to the back, and I'm not sure. I did not catch the car number. It could be Steinke. His car not on the track at the moment, so it could have been him. And he may have just broken something and got stopped, and it triggered a caution flag because I do not see an incident in my incident report here. So we got 2 in the books. Shazinski, Hannigan, Schmutz, Harris, and LaFawn were the top 5. Then Jacob, Crawford, Boyd, Williams, Crowder, and Sick rounding out the top 10. Then we'll get them formed up 2 by 2. Get ready to restart here. Still 47 laps. All right, once again, same front row. Shazinski and Hannigan. Green flag in the air. This time Shazinski not quite the same start he got the last time. Hannigan was Johnny on the spot, ready with the trigger right there. Schmutz pulled alongside him out of turn number 2. Shazinski, not a great start, but he's grabbed the lead to himself. It's a battle behind that. They're 2 wide, 8 deep from second on back, and Hannigan's trying to rip the lip. Schmutz working the bottom side, and Schmutz has the better of that situation at the moment. Here comes Gunnar Harris. Still has his nose in the mix. Jacob Crawford on the inside right there, trying to work it. Ooh, 11 car, of LaFawn got out of shape. He almost got into Gunnar Harris. He jammed on the brakes, got the car a little sideways, kept it out. Only lost a couple of positions. Shazinski, Schmutz, Hannigan, Harris, Crawford, Boyd, LaFawn through the top 7. Then Lucas Crawford, Chase Crowder, Peter Brees. That's your top 10 right now. Shane Yates up to 11th and coming forward. Right now the big mover, +4. Shazinski running right down on the bottom and making that look pretty easy in that 23 machine. Keeping them that left front tire kind of over the grass. When he enters and gets to the middle of the corner, it's a bit of a hornet's nest in behind him right now. Hannigan's found some momentum on the top, and he's starting to come back after Schmutz. Got a good run out of 2. See if he can get that run out of 3 and 4. It was still Schmutz that time, but I think it's only a matter of time. And Mason Hannigan will probably clear. The 1X will clear the 1J. Not that time. It's going to be a 3-wide battle as Gunnar Harris looked to the outside. Just wasn't quite enough room between the wall and Hannigan right there. And caution, Rob Warren. Let's go see what happened to Rob. 25 car, middle of the screen, right behind Mason Leon. Buddy Ware's on the outside there. That looks like Braxton Wilson Up there, Hoey goes in. Yep, he just got it out of shape. That was a little far enough around. iRacing's going to call that every single time. So that will move Rob Warren all the way to the back of the pack. Well, let's see who's going forward, who's going backwards right here. Shane Yates, +6. Started 15th. He's up tonight. Ninth position, and then Braxton Wilson started 9th. He's back to 18th, so -9 for him. All right, they're going to double them up. Still 39 laps left in this one. Scherzinski and now Schmutz, the 1J on the outside of the front row. Hannigan, the 1X. Harris, the 54. There's Garrett Boyd and Jacob Crawford in your third row.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Scherzinski off the bottom once again. He's going to have the lead down the back stretch. Hannigan moved to the inside of Schmutz. Saw a car roll up on the berm in the back. I think that was Buddy Ware, and I think he got that car back under control. He continues on. Cars around. That was, I think, the 11 of LaFawn and the 21 of Boyd getting together. Let's go back and have a look real quick like. I don't think I can now. It moved too quickly for me, but I'm pretty sure that's what we saw. We just saw them get in the corner. They got kind of door hooked right there. And 21 and the 11 got turned around. So, quick cloud of dust and another caution. We'll get these guys sorted out. I think the 131 of Cody Terry, the 80 of Josh Steinke are both retirees. We're down to 20 cars, Garrett Boyd being the last of those. We'll wait for everything to cycle through. LaFawn. Maybe Jordan LaFawn. He might be in the pits too. Yeah, I think he has taken the 11 machine off the pit road. And you can see his name starting to fall through our pylon. He will drop down to about 18th position. Make it 19th. They will get them doubled up. That will keep shuffling all night, folks. It's just because cars are changing positions left, right, and sideways. But it is once again Scherzinski and Hannigan on the front row. And Schmutz and Harris again in row number 2. Green flag in the air. Harris going to go all the way to the top shelf. He was 4th on the restart. He's now 5th as Crawford worked the bottom and got around him for the time being. They're trying to single file up here at the front. Some good side-by-side battles inside this top 6 and 7. There's Shane Yates. He's now up to 7th, and he is battling for that position with Justin Sick.
All right, man. Caution.
And
is
caution.
Out. Caution is out.
Let's go back. Car sideways. The car was sideways, went down through the grass. And once it was like the Rob Warren deal from earlier. He just guessed. I saw him in 3 and 4, and I'm not sure who it was. I want to say it could have been Ernie Williams. They got sideways and went down through the grass. Looked like maybe he got a little side swipe action there. So a bit of a rough start. 15 laps in, almost a third of the way. Yes, he does, Anthony. Whiskers needs all the luck he can get. And I've seen him in person, so I know he needs, across the board, a lot of luck, man. He needs a lot of luck. I feel for the guy. I truly do. All right, we're about to go green here. 35 laps remaining. I didn't see that.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Sierczynski once again. Hannigan falls into second, side by side behind that. Schmutz and Harris going at it. Crawford in behind, Yates behind. That's your top six. Positions 1 and 3, running the bottom. Everybody else middle to the top. Eventually that bottom is probably going to go away, and those guys are going to regret not getting up to the top. This track goes like that. Once the bottom goes, it's there one lap and it's totally gone the next, and then guys on the top side go flying right by you. Harris worked to the top side, had third position away from Schmutz that time down the front stretch. Hannigan got into second behind Sierczynski. We're watching a great battle here. Let's take a quick peek back. 8th, 9th, 10th. This is not quite a hornet's nest, but they're almost 3 wide in the middle of the corner. Crowder's on the top, then Yates sick. That's Cody Kelly on the bottom right there. Go back to the front. Looks like Hannigan has dropped the one car to the bottom, and Harris is at the top. So Harris now trying to find. Is it Lucas Crawford? Did he just crash? Crawford out of the corner. Oh, that was Shane Yates that got into the fence and rolled the car, and everybody was trying to avoid him. So Yates flips it over. And is Brian Wagler, I guess, is over hanging out with Tim Nichols. So big hello from the Dirt Racing Network. So Shane Yates. Looks like the 11's back on all four. We'll see if there's any suspension damage to that car here. He was up to about 6th position and now is sliding back through the field all the way to the tail end, about 17th, 18th right now. And until he gets that thing up to speed, I'm not sure we're going to know how much suspension damage is on it. So creeping in on lap number 20, still Sierczynski out front, but Harris has now moved into second. Then the 1X of Hannigan, the 1J of Schmutz in row 2. Green flag back in the air. Hannigan got a great start from that second row. He saw when Sierczynski twitched, and he jumped right on it. Now he's got the bottom, and he may have the lead down the backstretch. Out of 3 and 4. First time for new leader. Make it the 1X of the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan. He's down on the bottom. Sierczynski now trying to ride the rim. Harris is down on the bottom. He's up to third. Chase Crowder got around Jacob Schmutz. That is for 4th. Schmutz is 5th. Jacob Crawford there. The 2 car up on the top is 6th. It is kind of a mess behind that with sick Kelly Wilson, Ware, Leon, and Lucas Crawford all battling inside the top 12. Almost 3 wide out of 3 and 4. Through 1 and 2. Got our eyes on the 15 car there of Justin Sick. Let's go back to the front here and look. Sierczynski's in a battle with Harris now. That's over second. They're going to come down the back and see how close these guys are to going over the top of the track. And once you do, there's nothing there. It falls away. There's no grip. The car just takes off down that hill. That time, Harris put the nose right up under the back end of Sierczynski's car. Hannigan not getting away from these guys. Everybody's starting to move and migrate to the top side through your top 5 because Crawford is up there now too. Schmutz is in front of him, Sick behind that. Then Wilson. Kelly was the only car I saw staying married to the bottom, but Cody Kelly is a bottom feeder anyway. He likes to be done. I saw Mason Leon get out of shape back there. That's around 11th or 12th.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution. Mason Leon may have died. He got a little sideways, comes down. Oh, tap there, finds the wall. Yep, that's not going to work out. He tapped the car in front of him. I want to say that was Lucas Crawford that was right in front of him. He tapped him and it unweighted the front end of that car and took him into the outside wall. So we are almost to halfway, or we're just past halfway actually. 24 laps to go. And it is Hannigan, Shazinski, Harris, Crowder, Schmutz through the top 5. Then Jacob Crawford, Braxton Wilson, Justin Sick, Cody Kelly, Buddy Ware in our top 10 right here. They do not have fast repairs, Anthony. These guys make their own setups. They are racing for some cash and prizes, so they need to be so aware of their surroundings and in control of themselves at all times, so we do not allow fast repairs in this series. I don't think any of our series anymore have them at DSRL. So line up 2x2 ready to go back to green. 24 laps, just a skosh past the halfway point. Hannigan can grab it. That is a hornet's nest behind. There's Crowder on the top side, 3 wide. Harris was in the middle. Schmutz was on the bottom. Jacob Crawford got into the back of Harris. He went off track, lost about 4 spots, jumps back in. He goes all the way back to 11th. So he lost about 6 spots in that exchange right there. Crowder got into Shazinski, then got into Harris. That's going to open things up. Crowder's going to thread the needle, go to the top, and away he goes. He's going right out the back door. Comes back on the track right in front of traffic and promptly flips the car. I don't think we're going to get a caution because he was out of the way. So he is going to go to the back, and he's going to have to really work. Going to try to get that thing going. Here comes the field. He's out of 2. He's rolling kind of slow.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
So, couldn't get it out of the way. Stops on the track. I know that's a major no-no with the admins for intentionally bringing out a caution. That is a rule I know for certain. So we'll re-rack things with 20 to go. Hannigan, Straczynski, Schmutz, Harris, Sick. And it's going to be Wilson, Ware, Kelly, Crawford, and Crawford. That's Jacob Crawford, Lucas Crawford. Round out your top 10, Rob Warren, Ernie Williams, Mason Leon, Garrett Boyd, Shane Yates, Peter Brees, Gary Budzine, the 6th car of Chase Crowder back there in 18, Tyler Goodwin off track. So only 18 on the track. Yeah, Scott, I'm sure he was told. Still behind the pace truck, getting things sorted out. They'll start to form up 2 by 2 here. We'll get ready to go back to green. Should be 20 to go. I believe that will change here momentarily back to 20.
Green flag, green flag.
All right, back under the green flag. Hannigan, Straczynski swap spots, but they still started on that front row. Schmutz and Harris again in row 2. Those 4 cars have stayed inside the top 5 for the entirety of this thing. Round the top side now, Straczynski has all the momentum. He takes a spot away. Harris right in his tire tracks. Almost looks like the two cars were attached coming out of turn number 2. 1-2 for those guys. And here goes Harris. Slide job through 1 and 2. Straczynski's going to cut the car down. Should have enough momentum to go clear. He'll pull right back in front. He'll say, not this time, Mr. Harris. I'm going to come out of turn 4, and I'm going to rip away from you by about 4 or 5 car lengths. Only gets about 2.5. Jacob Schmutz, Braxton Wilson, 4th and 5th. They're right in front of Buddy Ware and Justin Sick. 3 wide. Kelly was on the bottom. Crawford was on the top. They stay that way through 3 and 4. But now the inside and outside get the advantage as they stay side by side. Kelly on the bottom, Crawford on the top, Sick right behind that. Move Crawford back inside the top 7. Straczynski and Harris still going at it at the front. 14 laps to go. Top 6 or 7 now have single filed out all the way back to Justin Six in 8th position. And there's a gap between Boyd, Williams, and Warren right there. That's the rounding out of the top 11. Remember, early in the race, that 21 car was closer to the front. He got kind of spun, went to the back, and it has taken him the entire feature to work his way back inside the top 10. Harris with the slide job for the lead. He took it away. 3rd leader of the evening. Make it the 54 of Gunnar Harris. Took it from Straczynski, and we got back just in time to see the completion of that slide job. Hannigan still 3rd. Schmutz is 4th. Wilson still 5th. 11 to go that time by. Harris starting to extend the lead. Oh, there goes Straczynski over the top.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
It brings out a caution. The car slowed too much right there. That is going to move him to the back regardless. So we're going to be at 10 to go, and it's going to be Harris, Hannigan, Schmutz, Wilson, Ware, Crawford, Sick, Boyd, Williams, and Warren, our top 10 when we get back to racing. So they are going to, I believe, keep the lights on the pace truck. Well, it actually looks like the lights are off on the pace truck. Let's get over here where we can see. Yep, lights are off on the pace truck. We're getting ready to go green. So with 10 laps to go, single file restarts. Inside 10 to go.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Harris once again hanging on to the lead. The battle right now looks like it's going to be for the final podium spot as Wilson poked his nose there inside of Schmutz for 3rd. Oh, little contact. Crawford got into Ware. Not sure how that's not a caution. Sure that they'll go back and take a look. That may have been a little bit of net code right there. I'm not positive. But right now, Mason Hannigan starting to put some pressure on Harris. Goes for the slider in 1 and 2. Caution came out right as he went for that. This time, Lucas Crawford. Oh, he got into Cody Kelly. Got into Mason Leon. And he finished off Kelly, and then he gets finished off by Buddy Ware. I think Crawford's car, all the worse for the Ware. I don't think he is going to be coming back to the racing surface. So we will wait for him to cycle through. We'll figure out who our top 10 is. We are down to it. Harris, Hannigan, Schmutz, your top 3. Wilson, Sick, Warren, Williams, Kelly, Leon, and Yates. Shane Yates recovering back inside the top 10. Is that what the kids are calling it these days, Mr. King? 7 laps to go, down to the end of this one. We're going to talk to the top 3 when they finish.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Final 6 laps. Gunnar Harris, Mason Hannigan, Jacob Schmutz. 1, 2, 3 right now, and then it's Braxton Wilson, Justin Sick. This is far from over. A lot of passing can happen. A guy can slip right there. You saw Wilson make a slip. That let Sick close just a little bit. This will battle for 4th and 5th right now. Coming around, going to be 4 to go this time. Harris hanging on, but I think he's being stalked. He's got a Predator behind him, the 1X of Mason Hannigan. Figuring out where the weak spot is going to be in the 54 car. Will he wait for the last lap? Will he do it with 2 to go? Lost about a half a car that time around. Now lost another half, so he's out to about 4 cars now is Gunnar Harris. 2 to go. Schmutz is still 3rd, and he's got a pretty comfortable gap from himself to the 4th place car of Braxton Wilson. That time, Hannigan looked to the bottom, see if there was any grip there, and he lost a lot of ground. White flag in the air. One more time around, round number 2. General Tires Winter National is going to come to the close here at Lernerville Speedway, and it looks like Gunnar Harris is going to pick up the victory if he keeps it on the track. One more corner. There's your checkered flag. Harris wins it. Hannigan second. Schmutz will come home on the podium. Wilson was 4th and Sick was 5th. We'll get our top 3 to come around here on the front stretch. Park them up for us. Gunnar Harris. Bringing the car around. We'll let him get it parked. They're going to stay right there with us. The guys will stay in the cars for us. We'll go fix that. Let's get the guys up here. Let's get Jacob Schmutz. Jacob Schmutz, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, a heck of a battle, and you kept that 1J towards the front all night long, man. Tell us about your feature run tonight.
Hectic. Very hectic.
50 laps at this place is no picnic, I know for sure, but track looked like it changed quite a bit. You guys were all kind of running the bottom there, and then you had to move around, find some stuff at the top, and like I said, you kept the 1J in 3rd place. How'd you keep it up there all night?
Just all the help I get from everybody back home.
Well, fantastic, a fantastic run tonight. That should help you in the points. I don't exactly remember where you finished last week, but with drop weeks, this is kind of like starting over.
Yeah, I didn't finish it last week, so this is definitely a makeup for last week.
Well, that's a heck of a way to put a replacement score in there for yourself, man. Some shout-outs, some thank yous. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate a great run tonight.
Things I'd like to thank Sunset Plumbing, Jim Wohler Restoration, Stacy's Restaurant, BSB. Shout out to Colby Cooper. He just came in the room right at the end, pumped me up a little bit. Just everybody that helps me out, really.
All right, man. Well, a great run. We'll look forward to seeing you try to improve on that next week.
All right. I'd like to thank DSRL, too, and Tim Sims and all them guys that helped the league out.
All right. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you.
Jacob Schmutz finishes 3rd tonight. Let's get Mr. Mason Hannigan up here. Mason, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
How's the tropical depression doing tonight?
Slowing out.
Looked like a pretty good run going out there, buddy. Had the lead for quite a while. You battled back and forth with Gunnar there. Battled a little bit with Straczynski. He had his problems, but all in all, a great night for the Black Narrow Motorsports driver tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I just I lacked there and won, getting in on that restart, and just allowed Alec and Gunner to get by there. So that was probably one of the issues there, and probably staying on the bottom for too long, especially on that restart. So second's all right. I felt like we were definitely better though. So I could just get through better in 3 and 4. He could get better through 1 and 2. So I tried slipping her. Just kind of, I was just gonna slide him there into 1 on lap 2 to go, and I just ran her in there a little deep and clipped the grass and got a little snug, and that was it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that run on the bottom because I mentioned it during the broadcast that that bottom looked really good, but then it's there one lap and then it's gone the next, and you don't know which lap it's going to happen on, and it looked like it really kind of happened right on a restart there to you. But staying married to the bottom, you were able to work yourself right to the front. How much harder is it for you to make sure when you're down on the bottom you don't hang that left front too far into the grass, you don't get that car to tighten up, because up at the top really it loosens the car up quite a bit because you are running right up there on that rim and it's really tilting the car in on that left rear. So tell us what the difference between running the 2 lines, what you got to do different.
Yeah, the top you gotta run it really hard, because if you don't, then it's not really that fast, because then you're just sliding through the slick. Gunners could definitely get through 1 and 2 better than I could. I wasn't really confident with going past that bump and then trying to go fully into it. I was just kind of like going past the bump and then just sliding to the cushion there in 1. But he was kind of lacking in 3 and 4 where I could run it in there harder. And then the bottom's just tough. I mean, you can hang the left front in there, you just can't get it too deep, or else it'll just push the right front into the ground. And there in that restart, I did it. I didn't really intend to run the bottom. I just went to go run kind of a slider line through the slick, see if I could get side by side with him, or at least, just get closer to his back bumper. And just picked up a big old push. So part of it, ran second, and we'll be back next week.
All right, man, some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you head out of here, buddy.
Yeah, Black Diamond Motorsports for sure. Velocity Races on UDTV. Tim Sims, I can't think of you putting on the league, and we'll be back Monday and Thursday next week and see what we can do.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, Mason.
Thank you.
Mason Hannigan. And I don't think that Mr. Harris kept the car on the track for us, but that's okay. We will drag him in here nonetheless. I can't show off that number 54 car, but we're going to talk to Gunner. Gunner, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, well, great run, man. You battled hard with those guys at the front, and it was a different guy. It was 3 different guys, actually. You come in and you pick up the win, man. Tell us how tough was the feature tonight?
Oh, man, I was just about lost my mind, man, from the start to about mid-race. My car was just really good there early on, and I got to the top and then started making my just trying to pick my way through there one by one. I knew I had the faster car, and then got to second and was going to make a bid for the lead, and then someone was paying a little bit too much attention to their mirror there, and then they moved up, and then I was stuck there for a while. The slider line really wasn't that fast, and then I don't know, man. I just tried to really go where they weren't, and then it finally worked out there at the end. I just want to apologize to Alec there for that slider. I don't think I hit him. It may have been a little bit of net code, but if I did, I sure do apologize. I thought I was way clearer than I was.
Yeah, it looked like the track changed quite a bit from the start to the finish, and you were finding a lot of speed on the top. How tough is it just to run right up there at the ragged edge for 50 laps at this place?
You just got to kind of, I don't know. This has always been one of my favorite tracks, and I've ran a bunch of sprint cars here, and those are a lot faster, and I just got to, stay focused and just be sure to hit my marks. And when it comes to these big blocks, they're just a little bit on the slower side, and it makes it a little bit easier, but a little bit harder at the same time, because they're a lot slower and they react a lot slower. So if you get in tight, you got to really slow it down and use the brake to kind of get the car pointed in the right direction there.
Well, fantastic run. You're going to pick up the win tonight. I'm sure you got some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you celebrate.
I'd like to thank Mason Hannigan there, Speed Shop 1-2, some of the best setups on the market there. I'd like to thank 51 Esports and all those guys, and I'd like to thank the Dirt Racing Network for broadcasting, and some of the league sponsors, Tim Sims, Wicked Cushion, Scott King Designs, for all they do and presenting this league. And yeah, hope to be back in victory lane next week.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Gunnar Harris, he wins it tonight. Let's take a look at our race results for round number 2. The General Tires Winter Nationals presented by Tim Sims, powered by iRacing, hosted by the Dirt Slingers Racing League Wednesday Night Warrior Series. Harris wins it. Hannigan was second, Schmutz was third, and then Braxton Wilson in fourth. Justin Sick, good top 5 run for him. Ernie Williams, Old Whiskers, comes home 6th tonight. Robert Warren in 7th. Cody Kelly was 8th. Shane Yates was 9th. Mason Leon in 10th. Peter Brees garners the 11th spot. Jacob Crawford, after a rough night, he got close to the front, then got up off the track there in 3 and 4. He comes home 12th. Alex Jasinski was 13th. 14th to Buddy Ware. Gary Budzine in 15th. Lucas Crawford 16th. 17th to Garrett Boyd. Tyler Goodwin in the 18th spot. 19th, LaFawn, then Cody Terry, Josh Stanky, all the way back to Chase Crowder is in that group as well. Another great night. Man, the guys put on a pretty good show. Had a little bit of a rough start, and then they got some great racing through the middle. And the last 10 laps, a couple of cautions, but still great racing. This was a tricky track. These guys did a great job of managing that, and congratulations to our top 3. Once again, big shout-out to Tim Nichols. He is the man that drives a lot of this stuff, and he has put a lot of sponsors together for this whole thing, bringing General Tires on board, Super Clean for the Quick Time Award. And he got the pot started for the cash prizes. We got Weggy and Casey to jump in with us, and a big shout out to Forrest Weggy. That he's been a supporter of DSRL for a very long time, and we really would like to thank him as well. And then we didn't think we could sit by idly and just watch the Dirt Racing Network. We have stepped in and helped them guys grow the prize pool. So these guys racing for some really cool cash and prizes this season. But round 2 is in the books. We're going to have round 3 at Cedar Lake next week. And then the guys will have a week off before they come back. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. Dominic Santina has NASCAR. I think it's super late models, and I'm not sure what track they're at, so forgive me for that. But he will be on the call, and he'll bring those to you. And we'll be back here again Sunday night for the Hales Corner Speedway Sim Racers. And round 11 of that series. And we'll start the week over. Guys, we appreciate you tuning in each and every night. We know you can watch this stuff anywhere you choose to watch it here with us, and it makes us very happy and very proud to bring it to you. So don't forget your likes, your shares, your follows, and subscribe over on YouTube and Twitch. Until